Hello, and welcome. This is Julie with the Jewel Design, and we are back. I know, it's been crazy. I was doing so good, and then, anyway, sorry, I am reaching up for fussy cuts and things I noticed that, and things that could probably be used, since there's a number of things in this kit, even the faux of this kit, that sort of match all this stuff. Okay, sorry about that. In the reach, I was just debating. I'm like, So today we're going to go really quickly. I won't try to take too much time, but I had to work on this, and I figured I'd just bring you along because I was doing a variety of different things. So, as you can see, one of my pages I cut out. Let's see, make sure, yes, I fussy cutted it out, glued it, put a little bit of stuff, put a nice little sticker on it, because we need to cover this, but we didn't need to cover this. And I am noticing in the light, you can still sort of see some of the paper printed that was on the other side, even though this is going to get covered. Yeah, it's sort of a bummer. Okay. It's not perfection. We'll have to see at time if this becomes something where it's bugging me. You know, maybe it is something that is all texture and collaged and not something that, but even like, okay, I could put a piece of paper, you know, maybe we do put a little something over it, slightly, whatever, and, you know, use it, but maybe hide the fact that there was text. That's not a bad idea right there. That's sort of cute. I just like the fact it was writable, so I didn't really want to cover it up, but I can see, even though there's a little gray, well, this is gray, and the writing, that, yeah, we can see right through it. At least I can. You may not be able to. You probably can't. But anyway, yeah, we'll have to debate. Anyway, so I went ahead and, did that because I wanted to still use that space. This doesn't get covered, so, you know, I didn't want to completely go through it. And then I did go and add some of my burlap trim, right? Nice and light, really pretty. And I added a little lace right here to help really keep, sort of reinforce this pocket so that, you know, things don't really fall out. So it's a little thicker, definitely is, you know, less bend. I just wish that meant this was less. That one spot would just glue, but maybe where it's not, it's just not going to. So anyway, and I put a little thumb notch here to remind me that we're going to put, you know, something in here. So anyway, besides I'm doing a lot of sort of cutting and pasting and montaging here, I thought I'd bring you along. This one we're going to cover completely, especially now that I'm seeing this. But yeah, it doesn't really matter. Even if I covered this, that does show through. So, oh well. So we're going to take this page, we're going to trim it down, and we're going to glue it on here, because I didn't want to do this random. I was trying to figure out how to cover that, and I couldn't figure it out. This one we're going to do a partial, just like we did here, and then we have a full page here. So, hey, I thought I'd come along, chat in, see how things are going, get caught up, and then the next one we'll definitely work on some ephemera. I know that's what I said last time, and, you know, we get where we get, we do what we do. I thought I'd better get on something than not at all, because yeah, it's been a little crazy. Very busy week, so I did not get things done like I was hoping. I didn't get back on the, I should just say, I just didn't get back on the camera. It's just what it is. When you have orders to do, that's what we do, right? Orders and products and all that jazz, as I mentioned in last Etsy share. Last time I popped up real quick to say hi. You know, that's what all last week was about. So here we are. Hopefully it's my Sunday, early Sunday afternoon. So hopefully, knowing everything else, it'll probably be Sunday evening. Did anybody watch the opening ceremonies to the Olympics? It was pretty cool to watch. We recorded it because I knew there was no way from 7:30 to 8:30 Western time. Yeah, West time, Pacific Coast time. There we go. That we'd make it that late. Like I was like, oh, this is gonna take forever and it's gonna be really slow. And I'm like, I don't think I want to do that. So we recorded it. We watched it last night, my Saturday, and so we could zoom through the commercials. We could go through, like, you know, not that I didn't want to see everybody walk in, but, you know, we would watch they would do a quick run through of who was on a boat and on the Seine River, and then, you know, keep going on. So we could watch the performances, and we could watch everything light up, and, you know, all that fun jazz. That was cool to see. But as they roamed around and showed all the pre-recordings and all that fun stuff, it was sort of cool because there's spots where we were actually recognized. We're like, oh my gosh, we walked into that, or we got to drive through that. We got to drive through the courtyard of the Louvre that they did go through with the what's the word? Flame. We didn't get to do the Tuileries Gardens. I don't remember seeing any of those. I think we were told about them, but we never made it through there in any fashion. Because I was like, where is that? So I had to look it up to see where, you know, the whole Olympic flame cauldron was going to be, which I thought that was pretty cool. So if you haven't seen that, like, you can get a recording of the opening ceremonies at the end there, what they lit up. So that's sort of cool. Got to see the light show on the Eiffel Tower, which that's cool because we even got to see, you know, the tower all glittery. Because yeah, that we didn't get to do. But it was cool because, you know, there was parts and things that they went through and did and that were like, oh my gosh, we were there, or we recognize that, or that's really cool. So that was nice that there were definitely areas that, you know, for the brief 2 days we were in Paris. Now, the cool thing is I heard that they are doing some of the equestrian stuff at the the Palace of Versailles, which I guess was a very common thing way back then too. So when we were there, we heard them doing a lot of construction, and I was like, what are they doing? Not where we could see. I mean, if we went all the way down to the bottom of the gardens where the big old long pond is, we may have been able to see some of it. So I have this place to totally tweak with. We might have been able to see some of that, but we didn't go down that far. We had to do our tour, and so we got to see a lot of things and took a lot of photos, but, you know, it's going to be interesting. So we've got the surfing and equestrian recorded. I've got the gymnastics recorded. So I'm going to be behind, of course, because I don't have time to sit and watch all these things live. Oh my gosh. So I figured every day we would just sort of look to see what the next day was going to be, hit the record button, and I'd catch up when I could. So it means on Instagram and stuff, though, I'm definitely having to, making sure now I'm going to do this sort of off-put. I want to make sure we're pretty clean over here, which means we have this, and I might want to put some lace here. So I think we're going to glue most of it down, but I'm going to leave this open because I think I'm going to stick some lace in here. Because I definitely don't think I want that edge. I mean, it's uneven, so I want to, like, utilize it. So I don't know whether to go a full... This one's one of my thinner ones. That's definitely too... This is definitely too wide. I don't want to be wasting all that. I don't really want to cover up the flowers. I could do more cream and keep it pretty light. Right, I'm hoping to get a lot of different things in here. But, I could do that one. I love the ripped paper overlace. I like the texture of it. So, I'm thinking... Let's stay cream so it's an extension of the paper to a point. Let's do that. I got the last of my Dollar Tree stuff going on here. I think I have a little bit more of it, but... Really glad I found a vendor for different types of crochet lace, which we do have. I'm really stoked that I was finally able to find someone because, you know, our outlet has gone out the door. Oops. Yes, that's right. So, our Dollar Tree has been useless. I haven't really looked at it yet in the new season. It's probably been a month at least since I've been to Dollar Tree. Well, yeah, I mean, over a month and a half then, at least, because, I mean, I just realized I'm about to be home for a month. By the end of mid-end of this week, I will have been home a month already from our trip. I cannot believe how fast it's gone by. The kids go back to school in 2 weeks. It's, like, ridiculous. I can't believe it. 2 weeks from Tuesday, they are back in school. And I'm like, no. But then they get, like, you know, like I said, all these weird days off, so. But it was fun to watch the Olympic, you know, ceremonies, so I guess we get a chance, or you find a pre-recording of it. I think it was sort of cool for the athletes, because usually they're walking they have to walk the whole track, and they have to carry and be so, what's the word? It just feels like so, I mean, yes, they wave and stuff, but, I don't know, it feels so formal, and it feels so, like, oh my gosh, taxing. And so they got to just be on the boats and go down the Seine and wave at everybody and dance and enjoy the scenery. And I think it was a really cool way to sort of bring our athletes in. For those who could, you know, some didn't have a whole lot of them, so they were all on the boat. Others are like, well, we have a few people who, you know, couldn't really be on the boat because they need to be rested and practiced. And thank God, because it rained, which doesn't shock me. It was raining. It's been a very rainy season over in Europe. They said, like I know London and Paris too, that, you know, it's been an ongoing quite a bit for the past, like, 6 months. At least, you know, whenever October, November came in. So October, November, December, January, February, March. Oh, yeah, longer than that. So, yeah. When we showed up, it was already, felt like they said, about 6 months worth of rain. So they definitely started late fall, early winter. And, you know, we keep thinking they've let up, and they continue to do so. So they have not slowed down on that. And on the whole rain issue, I was like, really? I don't think it was super cold for them. A lot of people didn't look like they were freezing. They were just wet and, you know, poor US of A. All the girls all the ladies at that point were just drenched. By the time they got to go down the Seine and, you know, meet up as they're last in line. 1, due to alphabetical order, and 2, they said the last 3 or 4 boats are actually the ones that are to be holding the next set of Olympics. So that, you know, US of A gets to have the next Summer Olympics, and then I don't remember terribly because I got sidetracked. I was trying to cook dinner too at the same time. They mentioned the ones after that. So if we're 29, then what is that, 33 or whatever, 2033, whoever the next people were. So they were the last sort of ones, besides, of course, Paris or France being, France being the last boat, of course, because they're hosting it. So that was sort of cool, because I never, every year to year, you sort of, as you get older, you remember certain things, and you suddenly don't realize how much you didn't pay attention. Didn't pay attention to school, no. Didn't pay attention to the fact that there's a certain order, or there's certain things that they do. But it was a very cool theatrical presentation, which my daughter goes, crap, how are we going to compete with that? And, you know, how's LA going to compete with that? Because it is in California, the next one in LA. And, which is sort of cool, too. It is the hub of LA. Hub of LA is, you know, Hollywood. It's movie magic. So, yeah, you know, this will be interesting. I didn't get a whole lot on that edge, but that's okay. But it gives me something to sort of expand my page to where I don't feel we are so perfectly lined up. You can't tell that I may be off on when I rip my pages there. Oh, but it's finally cooled off. Our weather is, we hit barely hit 80 on Friday, where we hit only 70 on Saturday. Today we'll see. It's at 76 with it's creeping back up again. I'm like, oh, in a week, my daughter's birthday, she'll be 13, and they're predicting 92 degrees. I'm like, okay. So everything I can this next week, to try to keep the house cool, so that by the time her friends show up on Monday afternoon for a sleepover, they're not going to be roasting. Oh my goodness. I feel bad. I'm like, oh no. So yeah, we can totally see the words. Even though it's a gray, I can see, especially now that we've pressed it down, even though we've covered it, we can see what was on the other side. So my idea of leaving things blank on one side is not working. Well, that is a real bummer, because I was like really hoping not to have to do too much, which means every page either has to come out, you know, or be covered, because I think even, you know, printed stuff is going to show up. So, okay. Well, I have a pink page. I can do it elsewhere, though. So I'm going to have to find probably something to cover this with. I do have some printed pages somewhere. I'll have to look, that are, you know, sort of box written, fuzzed. Maybe some of my journal pages where you normally, you know, you have two panels and you fold them to make it written. I'm going to have to find a few within my kits maybe, and we'll do some journal pages on here to keep ripping. So we're not just always doing, you know, coffee dye pages or eco dye pages. I may have to do some other things. Well, so I knew how to cover that, and I can definitely see the covers. So, wow. All right then. I'm sort of shocked. I was really hoping that wasn't going to be an issue. Alright, well, this one I'll have to do like just a swatch to sort of cover up the fact that, you know, we can see the writing. That one piece is not big enough. I know I have others that are probably big enough. Because I don't know if I just want to do like a little, I could layer it maybe cutely though. Make it look like a swatch. I hate to waste the writing capability, but, you know, no one wants to see the book underneath. We just want to know it is a book. We want to know it's a book, but we don't want to be a book. And I do have book pages, so we're going to get crafty here. Let's see. Well, we aren't already crafty, but I guess if we're going to do it, let's do it, right? Oh, that's a bad word. Well, let's not use that one. There's a lot of bad words in here. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Sorry. I'm keeping it up towards me. Okay, then. A lot of the words back there are sort of behind me, but maybe not. Oh. Alright, well, I thought we could do, we'll faux it, I don't know, do some written edges here. And, I do like those little, and just sort of give us some stuff. Because I didn't really want to see the words, but I wanted to indicate that there was a words there. I even put it upside down, so that way it's really not readable. But it's texture, right? We're going to do it on that. Like that. I don't want to cover up my, there we go, as long as I can I just did all that work. Last thing I want to do. Okay, we'll do something like that. On the fly, see this video? You get to see me put this together. So far, I mean, everything's holding out and all that jazz. But so anyway, yeah, it was fun to watch, and all the rooftops and the guy who was guy or girl, couldn't really tell. Purposely they masked it, so it was a very neutral, gender neutral. There we go. Person. That's fine. I'm going upside down so it wasn't so obvious, right? Okay. Going along and bringing, doing the whole, what we call, I can't think of the word right now. People who, like, jump over a bunch of stuff. I can't think of it. Not a gymnast, not a, wow, lost the wording. Anyway, it was cool. They were going along the fence, going over across the tops of things. So anyway, I don't know. It was a really cool thing. A lot of. I mean, not a lot of it wasn't super live. There's a lot of stuff that was very much pre-recorded and put together for us as a ceremony. And maybe probably to keep some things, like being down there, it's like watching a parade. You get to see it, everything was live, and you get to hear some things. And depending on the area you were in, you got to see the live performances. But those of us on TV would have gotten bored probably pretty quickly. So it was nice to have all this little stuff, intertwined. So, what am I looking for? Oh, I was looking for it. I needed my board. So you have to forgive me if I'm a little off, a little messy, a little all over the board. But, trying to, I don't know, just bring you all along. I do have a project for these, though. Hopefully I can find pages that don't have bad words in it. I got a new die cut, and so I want to try something. So we'll have to play with that. With my Big Shot. I don't play with it very often. It's just one of those things where, I don't know, it just, sorry, I'm sort of trying to keep this at an angle just in case there is a bad word on here. I saw a couple and I was like, oh, that's not helpful. Okay. You want to make sure upside down and backwards are definitely not using those sides. I'm like, oh, okay. So everything has to be covered. Got it. So I did go upside down. Okay. And you need a sticker somewhere. Let's see. And this one, yeah, some of these pages, because there's not a lot there, I realize it's a little hard to use because you're trying to, use something that's bending on you. Alright, so we do need a sticker. That's blue up there, so we'll keep to it blue. Yeah, I see a word that I have to cover. I see a word I have to cover. Now, these blue ones are a little more astronomical than I wanted to be. I was hoping to put another washi up here, or faux washi, but I think the ones I left over are very interesting. Let's see. Roses and stars and, maybe not that color. I was going to do a blue one up there, but they're very astrology-ish, I noticed. Well, very science-y. Very interesting. But I love these. These are very, as you see, I used them on the bottom. And these are great. They're in the shop. Some clear press stickers. Well, as much as I like that thing, I noticed that lately I'm having a hard time with this one packet. That just having the hardest time getting them all back in here. It's nice to have the board because you don't want, what's going on, but okay, I use the green, but I don't want to do another green. Maybe we can do, I have a gold one, or neutral. There's some neutral ones here. Let's see. Washi again. Give me. Ooh, a heart. That's cute. I mean, a key and a heart, which we love books, right? So let's do that. Okay. I'm trying to use what we have because I think they're adorable. I loved them, so I thought, well, I'll share them. I don't need all of these stickers. Like, I have more than enough that I know what to do with. They're all clear, so you can have them overlap a little bit. They are very shiny, though. So it's a little hard to do it, but hold on a sec. I'm see if I can get this without spending too much time on the camera doing this. It's just catching it right, so you can bend, there we go, bend the sticker and catch it. Not get too much of my fingerprints all over it. Alright, so we're going to cover that up, because that wasn't appropriate, so sorry. Alright, So this book's going to be temperamental. The only downside about Dollar Tree books sometimes. Oh my goodness. Okay. So that's pretty okay. So that covers up the fact that you can sort of see the writing on the other side. You know, what we're covering up here, well, you could see here. And we didn't have that. But you still have a writing space. Very cute. Very decorative. So I'm loving that. That came out better than I even planned. There we go. So this one I wasn't going to cover. Now I have to. Oh, again, yeah. So I'm going to try to find one of my lined or beige based journal pages, and I will find them in my stashes here. I probably have some up here, and we'll use them. I'm about to have a few extra clustered pages somewhere that I can use. And I realize this is coming undone. There we go. All right, push that down. All right, so this one's plain. Hopefully it's a little lighter and I'm not going to notice. Now these guys, we're going to do a nice rose pattern. This cutout almost worked, but not quite. So we're going to, I cut the doily out of the corner and we're going to, you know, lay it in here so it's nice and covered. And, you know, it's all good. Yeah, these are really thin pages. Who knew, right? Okay, before we do that though, I think we're going to do the other side. There's a lot going on here, so I figured, you know, we've got this beautiful page here. We do this rose ordeal that I have on this side. And work our way through. Just get used to it. So how are all of us? I know California has a number of fires. Thought I heard Amy, Crafty Cat, mention something. I don't know, a couple days ago maybe. There's a fire somewhere up in Utah. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it's fire season, that's for sure. And this heat across all over, you know, all across the United States is definitely causing lots of problems. I thought we did really good last year. I thought we were pretty mild, and at least us Californians, we were mild, which means a lot of greenery. I mean, like 2 years of good rain means a lot of greenery, which you would think it wouldn't be bad, but we dry out so fast without rain. A lot of the hillsides and our mountainsides dry out so fast. The moment the rain stops, that it is just, you know, new foliage that dries out. And the moment it dries out, it's just pure kindling. So it is a little scary. I wish there was an easier way to do this page, but there's not. Okay, so for the most part, we're going to want to keep it inside that framework. I think I'm going to put some ink on there. And so I need to find my spot. Oh, you are not. I love how this is nowhere. How hard I try, nothing is straight. You would think it is, and you try to do it, and then you're like, well, no, not really. Sorry if my head got in there. You know, you think because you're the white line, and it's straight, and it's not. I'm pretty close to the edge, I guess. We can do it a little differently this time there, except for here, which I really can't go to the edge. I'm just going to have to do a lot of inking. We can try and ink this, you know, cut this pretty close to the all edges this time. Then I like to think we're straight, and I don't, you know, pay attention to that either. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Which straight am I going off of? I'm trying to line it up with that one and hope for the best, I guess. I always use the lines in the ruler. You know, I try to use these lines across along one edge, hoping that's going to leave me somewhat straight. But there's no guarantees. Especially, there's not a real line to work with. Not a big deal to have something off the edge, but so we're going to make this, you know, a little easier to work with. And so we're going to take our makeup brush and we're gonna ink in here both sides, because I'm, you know, to help hide the fact that we cannot cover all the way in. Oops, don't start flipping out. Oh jeez, that's my worry, is that this is not gonna start holding very well because it's right there and there's nothing there. I mean, even if I put the yeah, there are no peoples. Where did my page go? Oh, it's underneath. I'm like, what did I do with it? There we go. This is when you would hope gluing it down would help. It might be that we have to, I'm wondering, I'm looking to see Yeah, nothing is straight on this at all. So even if I got it in there, it would help reinforce it. Maybe on the fold, it may not. So all we can do is try to glue it down and see if we can, on this end, as flat as possible. And then letting, you know, whatever rolls over. If I have to, I'll trim it off or put more lace on it to help reinforce its potential. Let's see. Main camera. I hope so. I'm like, oh, please. Hopefully you guys aren't too hot. I hope you guys have gotten cool off periods. Hopefully you're not inhaling too much smoke. Things are going well. I have friends besides me who've gone overseas and traveled. I have friends who have done a lot of concerts this year. I noticed. I've got a couple. I've got friends. Their kids. My cousin. A lot of people who did the concert thing this year. I did not get into that this year. All right. It's not going to cover here well, as we know. It's not going to stick, but it might be enough to help keep this together. Now we do have this end here, which I might just have to trim off. As much as I would love for it to be solid, it is off the page. So you may just trim that and let it be. It's ruffled when it's where it can be, and it's straight where it has to be, because I don't know if I want all this hanging over. One thing when it's laced. It's another when it's not. I'm hoping that's going to help maybe keep this together. Opening and closing this page a lot. It's becoming a problem with us not having. Even if we had a cover, it doesn't guarantee me you have to open and close this page. So I don't know. As usual, I have to do the whole, get the glue in there. You cut the seam, you cut the, you laminate, you cut the wrong spot, and all of a sudden it all comes undone. Oh, but I hope you're staying safe and enjoying your outings and getting crafting done. When it's too hot outside and you're able to, you can be in your craft rooms and you're able to enjoy some cool air. I see my little AC unit out here is working okay. There's days where I sit and just work on, products, because it's just too hot to really think through a video, especially when for some reason my Canva light kicks back heat. So my phone overheats. So one day I did do a small, that Itsy one. Oh my gosh, it was warmer than I thought outside. Still too warm in the house, or in the garage. And yeah, that was sad. I was like, oh my gosh, my poor phone. Like, this isn't going to work. So, okay. So we have that. We have that covered. We're going to work on that. We have this page covered with some lace. We have our sleeve here. We have a nice decorative, right? We still have to do that. We've got some coffee dyed. Still have to do that. We have our first very big pocketed, right? Big pocket, medium pocket, flap out with double pocket. Ta-da! So, we are getting there. Gotta be careful with this one because it's a double, but it's loose using scrap paper. So there we go. We've got some stuff in place. So yeah, let's just hold up on that one. Okay, so let's get this inked and get this down so we can have the last of this page decorated to go with it. There isn't any real nice thing is there isn't any other ink or writing in the way to have to cover up. Just covering this, but the back side may be that issue. So I guess I'm going to have to find some journal pages, as I call it, journaling pages that I put in my kits most of the time. I either do a sort of a feathered, blurred edge over a background, and so it gives you sort of that feel of cream or coffee dyed paper in the middle to write on. And I even sometimes line it so that sometimes it's lined and sometimes it's just solid like this. It looks like this, surrounded by a border of decor, which is what I used to like to do, so that you could have them side by side and they would help sort of offset, your pages. If you didn't want to put coffee dyed pages in, you could do it, a different way. So I think I like that there. So we're gonna do what I always do and start gluing things together. in their little clusters, so I'm got exactly what I need. And then the whole thing goes down. Hold on one sec. Sorry, I saw something and I was like, Right. While we're at it, I know I have some words that they're sort of the oops sheets, and I think we have these with this sort of grungy vintage word sheet that's both horizontal and vertical, and in my digital side. And when I first did it, though, I think I had a lot of the I did it and didn't do it, whatever. But yeah, I think I finally decided not to put the backgrounds on everything, but I may have, I don't know. I think I have them this way because they were my goof ups, but I can cut stuff off and decide how much to do. Okay. I might just overlap it a little bit and make it more of a cluster right here. I feel like we have to do something. I need something else. So, okay, we have a potential there. What am I looking for? I need this. Seems to be the good starting point, of course. I gotta be careful though not to get too much glue where I don't want it. Well, like I said, hope you're healthy. Hope you're cool. Hope everything is well and you're not dealing with too much weird surroundings. I have a lot of friends and family that have my prayers and good thoughts, hoping everything holds out and does well. That things are not getting worse. Alright, so then we'll cut this edge off. Yeah, I just glue it all the way across instead of, I could have fussy cut this back up, but I decided just to leave it and let it go to the edge. I'm loving that we're doing a little decorating actually with this stuff. I didn't expect to be doing that, but it has just sort of turned out that way, huh? So let's see if we can get things as covered as possible. It is warm. Just warm enough out here that there's all my... Yeah, I forgot that I had loosened this up because of the heat. And went to go start using it, and I had glue coming out the wrong area. And I'm like, no. So now I have to keep testing it because I don't want it to dry, and I can't get in and not be able to get back into my glue bottles. That one's getting a little rusty, and it needs a little work, but doesn't mean I want to jump right in the gun and be like, yes, let me... Sorry, I'm trying to see if I can get a little bit more finesse in here because it's so plain right there, but oh. Alright. Okay, so we have this, which is a nice continuation. Nice little rustic feel. I'm going to need to find... I want to find something else to layer on here and put a word on here also. I feel like we need another piece up here or something down here with the roses. I don't know. I feel like it needs something, but I don't know whether to... how I want to extend this in a way that... because the word on top feels a little like it needs something else. It needs another layer. And it makes it... I mean, there's 3 right here, right? 1, 2, and 3. But it feels like it needs something, so I'll have to see... Do I keep up with my sticker fetish here? I'm going to have a yellow stickers, but... I don't think I want the gloss on this one. I think I want something flatter, more papery, or something. More lace. Well, I always have my little itty bitty scraps of lace somewhere. Something. There's always something somewhere. I just have to find it and look at it and see what works, right? So that might help. That's a little white, but I could trim it and cut it and make it more in the middle sort of the page as if it was a placeholder. Like, it said to mom and dad. It was a dedication page. So it could be something more like that. I don't know if I can get that off. Super pretty as a third piece. Like, make a cluster. I don't know if I can get it off. It's part of Celeste's wrapping. She puts it on parchment paper. She glues it on. And I'm like, ooh. But as she glues it on, it's not that easy to get off. I don't want to ruin the... I could probably... I wonder if I could. I have that undo adhesive stuff, but let me see. Let's see if I can cut this off, and then I'll let you guys go. I think I got the really fun stuff going. So next is just long panels for those 2 tucks. Tuck pages that are next, and then we have to decide what to do with the next 8 pages. Oh, I know they're coffee dyed, huh? Oh yeah, that's on me. So I gotta put the ones after that. Oh my goodness. Or 4 pages after. Yeah, the four pieces of paper, which is 8 sides. I didn't think about that, but hopefully. Oh, I know I had an idea. That's right. What did I see? I was watching somebody, and they had. Oh, they're doing pockets, of course. They're doing paper pockets, but I'm wondering if I can do it with these pages. So instead of having individuals, it's going to come down to where it's one big piece, but it's going to have, use the 4 pages to fold both sides. Make it nice and thick, but I don't have to have all these individuals. Definitely a lot of pockets, though. That's for sure. Okay, anyway, let me see what I got going here. I was wondering, maybe all too much of the same color, same, scheme. But what if we did something like this? Come on, get in there. Let me cut out some more of that, but on the lace, in the middle, yeah, I think that'll work. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, then I'm going to, I really want to see if I can get that off. Let's see. Let's see if this will work, or is it going to be a complete, I know she sort of pressed and glued it on. That's what you do is, I mean, in this case, I'm putting it in here, and I know it's paper, but you get your undo. And I'm sort of putting it in the little reservoir here so that I'm not getting stuff everywhere. It dries pretty quickly, the way it's used. It is something that, maybe not. I was hoping, but it's drying off that. Yeah, no, it's on there good. Never mind. Okay. See, well, I tried. I was like, yep, that is more than I think. So I will definitely clean that up, cut it and cluster it. I'll show it to you guys on the next go around, but we're going to do a little cluster here on this pretty page, and we will move on to, with you guys, I'll move on to with some ephemera, and give you a little break, and then I do have, like I said, another folded page idea, so that the next set of ordeals here, because we decided these have to be 1, 2, 3, yeah, at least 4 pages right at a time. So otherwise, we will have not enough in here. So these 4 will be clustered. We'll take out a whole chunk of things again, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we have the next set. And that next set, I definitely feel, I saw a lady do some massive, you fold these down. We do our big folds again. But then you do a semi-fold, right? You do that. So you have pocket and pocket, and I think on the back side then, you could do just the back, the natural back, okay? Or we do it as a large. We could just glue this down and glue these last 2 together to make our big pocket. So fully cover here. Maybe we do a fabric flip or a paper flip or something fun on this side that's more decorative. Okay, and then these 2 are just getting folded down. So I'm going to do this. I think this is what we're going to do. I saw her do it. They're pocket ideas that you do for papers and you glue them down. So I'm thinking that's going to be a nice effect right there. I'm going to put this about here so it doesn't open up. Okay, but then we are going to glue this to here. All right, we need to have those 2 glued together. Put on the top, I know. Okay. To make our side pocket that we always do. Now I could change it up and make it a top pocket. We can have it be more a top loaded pocket. Alright, so let's do some notes real quick and then you guys can come watch me on the next 2 whatnot. So we'll go top load. Okay, top load up there. We got the 2 pockets here. Okay, so we know to glue down this side. And then back here, full coverage with, let's say, some kind of lace and paper flip. There we go. Full coverage with a lace / paper flip. There we go. So it's still interactive on this side. We'll keep it pretty thin though, because like I said, we don't want too much weight. But thin lace, a couple pieces of paper that we could flip up, and underneath is maybe we'll find a really pretty decorative scene. That blue page I just put in that new kit would have been great. Oh, I know I have it. Let's see. I'll have to find something. One of the ladies, I'll have to see if I can, oh, her, right here. Yep, this is it. we could use her and be geared all around her. We can put her here, so the paper flip opens up and we get to see her underneath. So this is what we can sort of base our next set off of. Maybe we'll do a little bit of blue and fancy on the back. Definitely a little bit more Victorian here. Top load it, flip it on the back. Okay, well there we go. See, next one, ready to go. So these are coffee. This is just something I have to go do. The coffee eco dyed pages, all 4, gives us something to write on. 1, 4, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, 8 pieces of. It's only 4 pieces of coffee dyed or eco dyed paper. You just fold in half and cut around and plop down, so that's not so bad. And then we'll take those 8 out, and then that leaves us this new 1, 2, 3. So this gets a nice fun decorative here, simple patterny things here, load it with a pocket, and then the back side we'll put her, really pretty, using lace and some papers to do a flip up to reveal that she is hiding underneath. And if I do it right, we'll cut her, and maybe we'll be able to do a little bit of layering with some of these extra pieces with her. Or on, like even this would be a great, if I can cut this right, this would be great to add to that paper flip that flips open for $18.39. So, yeah, great ideas there. So let's see if we can remember to we'll cut right beside her and go out this way, so that I can, have this little bookmarky flip thing here all the way to the top. So this is where this is the edge that we'll flip up, and pieces around it to work with. So there we go. We have got the new idea for the next interactive page. So that'll be in a couple videos out to give you a break, but hopefully you'll come back and watch me do that. I promise try to sit down and just mass assemble our coffee dyed. I still have to get these done. This won't be too long either, but I have to spend a day actually getting this done, don't I? There we go, and we'll get that little cluster. So we are getting there. We have that. It feels like it's a continuous inside page. That is blank, but I'll find something. We're going to have to do something here, right? I can see it, which bugs me. Maybe we'll do a little footer or a little header belly band up here, and you still have some space down here. And that's covered. Same problem there. I'm going to have, well, yeah, no, this is going to be, I need a digital journal page. All right, so I need 2 digital journal pages. Digital journal pages. I need 2 of them for both of these. Let's go right here. Digi journal. I know my writing's great, right? So there we go. So we'll do digital journal pages for those 2. Pretty much means every page, for the most part, is going to be covered simply because you can see the writing through it. At least I can. So this one's not so bad. It's fancy, full, but you can't really tell what it was, and so you just see elements of this. So, yep, everything will have to be covered. Every page will have to be covered in some form. There won't be really anything that isn't. So it's getting thick, guys. It's getting thick right here. It's good. I hope. All right, that's it. Oh my gosh, I'm rambling. I'm getting all excited. I'm getting ideas, which is good. That's what we want. It is a good thing when those things happen, right? So, love you all very, very much. Hope this will be up soon, and you guys get to enjoy a little Sunday afternoon or evening craft with me as we are continuing to work on this. And then, we'll do some ephemera next, and then we have this to work on, and all kinds of fun, exciting stuff. So, love you all very, very much. Thank you for liking, loving, commenting. Please hit the notifications so that you are coming over via notifications. We seem to notice that a lot of people are getting it through searches or random browsing, which is lovely, but we have a subscriber, so we want to make sure that you guys are getting notified properly and that it is driving you guys over to watch our videos. Otherwise, I feel bad. Like, why have you guys subscribe and all that junk if you're not being told that you have notifications? So, we really appreciate all of it. We love you all for joining us and watching us and crafting along with us. I know a number of my longtime subbies are on vacation this week, so hopefully when you guys come back, I have plenty of videos for you to watch to get caught up on. So love you all very, very much, and I will talk to you all very soon. Bye-bye.